Thank you for joining us for your midday news. I'm Olivia Sandusky here with meteorologist Jerry Steffen on this Thursday, and boy, it is already warm out there.
Yeah, it is. We're going to be awfully close to 100 degrees very soon in the latter part of the month of February. We have never, ever hit triple digits in the first 2 months of the year. And it's, like I said, going to be awfully close. We'll take a look at that stat and what we can expect for highs over the next couple of afternoons. But we have some changes coming up next month. All that will be sorted out in that full forecast.
All right, Jerry, thank you. That's in a few minutes. Let's get to your top story this morning. Firefighters from multiple agencies were on the scene of an apartment complex fire in Desert Hot Springs. It started last night and burned into the early hours of this morning. According to the Riverside County Fire Department, they received a report of the fire off Ocotillo Road at around 11:30 last night. First responders arrived on scene to find the two-story apartment complex with fire and smoke visible on the second floor. The Palm Springs Fire Department was called in to assist. The house was contained within 2 hours. No one was injured, but 12 people, including 6 children, have been displaced. Officials say the Red Cross is now stepping in to assist them. 8 to 10 units were damaged, and some tenants were already receiving assistance this morning to get water out of flooded areas in the apartments. One resident telling us that her apartment was flooded and that management has been in close contact with the tenants, so we'll keep you updated on this developing story. The Riverside County Sheriff's Department is asking for your help in solving a decades-old cold case here in the Coachella Valley. On August 11th, 2002, deputies responded to a crash near Avenida Mendoza and Calle Durango in La Quinta, where they found 27-year-old Hernan Marquez suffering from gunshot wounds inside of his car. He was pronounced dead at the scene, and investigators say Marquez had just left a nearby house party where an altercation occurred, and he was shot by an unknown suspect. Despite extensive efforts at the time, the case went cold. Now, nearly 24 years later, detectives re-examining this evidence and asking for the public's help to bring justice in this case. Anyone with information is encouraged to contact the number right there at the bottom of your screen. A convicted felon has been found guilty in the shooting death of an Indio man following what prosecutors described as a street confrontation tied to a long-standing grudge. On Wednesday, a jury convicted 39-year-old Hilario Larry Muela Jr. of second-degree murder in the 2023 death of 36-year-old Marco Ramirez Jr. Jurors also found him guilty of being a felon in possession of a loaded firearm, illegal possession of a gun, and additional sentencing enhancements related to gun use and great bodily injury. Early on February 3rd, 2023, Muela shot Ramirez twice in the back outside of a home on Smur Street, then fled, leaving Ramirez dead at the scene. A sentencing date has not yet been set. Muela remains in custody without bail. And in more local news this morning, in a unanimous vote on Tuesday, the Palm Springs Planning Commission approved a permit for the American Reproductive Center's new building. This comes after the clinic was the target of a terrorist bombing attack just last year. NBC Palm Springs' Brett Rosen has the latest on the plans.
Chair Wormick.
Yes. It didn't need all 7 votes for the IVF clinic to receive its approval for a permit to rebuild. Yet all 7 on the Palm Springs Planning Commission answered with a yes.
Thank you. Motion passes.
And this was the rendering that was presented last night. Instead of the clinic's original 4 buildings, it would now be one 2-story building, filled with what the medical director, Dr. Maher Abdallah, says is all the new state-of-the-art equipment.
We're not taking any shortcuts. We're investing into this project and really investing in our success and investing in our patients more than anything else. It's a very, very expensive project, but I think a lot of good is going to come out of this.
The vote on Tuesday coming after over 10 months since the Palm Springs bombing. Since then, the IVF clinic has been running out of the 3rd story at Desert Regional Medical Center. Dr. Abdallah saying last night's vote excites him, as it's just one more step closer to getting in their own building.
It feels like we're at a hotel and we want to go home. That's really what it feels like. We just can't wait till we go back to our original site, and it's going to be, big and very accommodating, and everything about at least the IVF lab will be really perfection.
And even though it was a unanimous vote for the permit to be approved, there were some conditions, like the planning committee asking for the building to have a more modern look. Yet despite the differences in how the committee wanted the building designed, the city's planning director, Christopher Hadwin, says approving the permit to start building is about mending one of the last scars left behind from the bombing that shook Palm Springs to its core.
I think we all wanted to see that site redeveloped and to think about how we get that facility back into our community and integrate it back into our uptown area.
That was our Brett Rosen reporting. North Gene Autry Trail at the Wash in Palm Springs is now open after an overnight closure from blowing sand. That closure went into effect around 5 o'clock last night. It ran from East Via Escuela to Salvia Road. East Vista Chino is also open, but a reminder, North Indian Canyon Drive was shut down on Monday. It still remains closed. That's due to flooding in the roadway. Officials encourage drivers to plan ahead and to use an alternate route. The Palm Springs City Council approved a new ordinance that will largely ban people from parking cars on public streets to sell them. That rule was passed during Wednesday night's City Council meeting and targets so-called vehicle commercial activity. Parking cars in streets or right-of-ways primarily to sell, rent, or transfer them. That's what that includes. Fines range from $100 for the first offense and goes up to $500 for other offenses. There is an exception. You can sell your car if you park within a block from where your car is registered, you follow time limits, and don't create a safety concern. Cathedral City is alerting commuters and residents about a citywide traffic signal upgrade project. It starts March 2nd. LED safety lighting, signal backplates, and retro-reflective borders will be installed across 49 intersections, starting at Vista Chino and Date Palm Drive before moving south along Date Palm. Work will be done Mondays through Fridays from 7 to 5, and it should be finalized by the time summer rolls in. And while on the topic of road closures, a reminder, the BNP Paribas Open is getting ready to kick off this weekend at the Indian Wells Tennis Garden, bringing some of the best competitors from all over the world. It starts Sunday, March 1st, and it runs through the 15th, but that does mean traffic in the area will be heavy for its 2-week run time. The main congestion will be at the intersection of Washington Street and Highway 111. The gates open daily at 10 a.m. Traffic builds up around 9:30. Things pick up again around 4:30 in the afternoon when those day sessions end and the night matches begin. So our friends at CV Sync recommend you skip the area entirely on your commute if you can. Let's take a live look outside now. This is our Agua Caliente Casino camera downtown Palm Springs. Jerry, the temperature heating up just in time for all that action in Indian Wells.
It's already warmer than normal. Our midday highs should be in the mid-70s. We've surpassed that already, and we still have a few hours of heating to go. So 82 degrees currently at Palm Springs, 32% relative humidity. It'll be down to around 20% upper teens by the middle of the afternoon. Temps include 59 degrees. It was 32 earlier today. 75, that was at Big Bear. 75 degrees at Joshua Tree, 78, 29 Palms, 89 already at Thousand Palms, 87 Indio, 88 Palm Desert, 80s at Cabazon and Whitewater as of this moment. We do have a few high clouds, but for the most part, sunshine over the Coachella Valley. Ridge-of pressure building as it moves into the next couple of days, ensuring those numbers will be about 20 degrees above normal. Of course, nothing in radar over Southern California or the Southwest. That dry weather pattern will take us into the next few days. Here's the culprit, the upper level high in our troposphere will be here through Saturday and Sunday before the numbers begin to let up a little bit. But middle 90s today with plenty of sunshine for the Coachella Valley. Dew points in the 40s and, like I said, upper teens for relative humidity this afternoon. Another dry day. But here's some of the numbers we can expect. 95 degrees for Palm Springs, Indio, Cathedral City, La Quinta, 96 Rancho Mirage, 91 Desert Hot Springs, 88 at Cabazon. Tomorrow, adding a few more degrees, getting awfully close to triples, but we should stay in the upper 90s tomorrow afternoon. Again, plenty of sunshine. Likewise Saturday, but a few changes moving into a new month. I'll explain. Full forecast and a closer look at those city-by-city temperatures for highs in just a bit.
All right, Jerry, thank you. More headlines this morning. A local leadership program is celebrating a major milestone. Leadership Coachella Valley marks 25 years of developing and inspiring future community leaders right here in the desert, and that includes our very own Thalia Hayden and Kai Beach. Here's a look at what's next for the organization and the leaders it continues to shape.
They believe that this valley's greatest resource was its people.
This is a celebration a quarter century in the making. Leadership Coachella Valley hosting its 25th anniversary at the Palm Springs Surf Club.
LCV is about network, growing the valley, expanding our reach, and building up new opportunities that really will shape the future of this region.
For more than 2 decades, this program has focused on inspiring and developing local leaders across our desert, connecting all industries, from artists and entrepreneurs to doctors and developers.
Leadership Coachella Valley means innovate, elevate, and celebrate our local leaders. We are the conduit for the next generation, and we're the catalyst for change.
Since the first class in 2001, participants have led projects impacting our community from housing to healthcare.
It's such an impactful organization. It's connection, it's history, it's information.
This year's class is continuing that mission with a project aimed at improving a local recovery center. And as this celebration wrapped up, members are excited about connecting and empowering the next generation of leaders across our valley.
A lot of people think we're identifying future leaders. I say we're unleashing them. So if you're someone who wants to get involved in a program to build and know more about the valley that you are privileged to call home, Leadership Coachella Valley is probably for you.
I'm Kai Beach with NBC Palm Springs.
All right, still ahead on your midday news, the latest on the House lawmaker deposition into the Clintons over the Epstein files and how Democrats are urging for more information to surface. We'll have the latest on that debate coming up right after the break, so stay with us.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea.
And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 11.
Welcome back. Members of the Republican-led House Oversight Committee are questioning former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton as part of their investigation into the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Before the closed-door deposition, Democrats on the committee telling reporters they want to talk to anyone who may have more information on Epstein, including President Trump.
Oversight Democrats, from day one, we have said that we want to talk to anyone, any person that has information about Jeffrey Epstein, about his crimes, about how he was able to get so much wealth. We will talk to any single person, whether that is a Democrat, a Republican, how much wealth they have, how powerful their position is. We want to talk to anyone. So we're happy to be here, and we're glad that both Secretary Clinton and former President Clinton are willing to talk to this committee.
The Clintons have repeatedly denied wrongdoing related to Epstein, but have not been accused of any crimes in connection with him at this time. Former President Bill Clinton is scheduled to be deposed by the committee tomorrow. The official start of spring is still more than 3 weeks away, but for the 1 in 4 U.S. adults and nearly 1 in 5 children who suffer from seasonal allergies, now is the time to prepare before the onslaught of symptoms. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither talks to an allergist about what steps to take before the spring allergy season starts.
It's almost that time of year again. The flowers, the sun, the pollen ready to pounce.
And you definitely don't want to wait for the onset of symptoms.
Dr. Rohit Katyal with National Jewish Health says if you suffer from seasonal allergies, now is the time to get ready before spring has sprung and symptoms are triggered so the reaction isn't as extreme.
And in most places in the United States, the trees go first. So those who are tree allergic, they're going to feel the most symptoms here early in the season.
To prevent severe allergy symptoms, Katyal says to go ahead and start using steroid nasal sprays, which can help reduce inflammation, swelling, and mucus in the nose. He says most should be sprayed once a day before and throughout the season.
That's a great one to start, but that can't be used as needed. Once somebody begins those nasal steroid sprays, they should be used daily.
Katyal says to take daily oral antihistamine medication as needed. If your allergies tend to start earlier, he says it's okay to take the pills in advance. But if your spring symptoms are late bloomers, like if you have grass allergies, consider starting the pills closer to grass season around late April.
If you tend to have really severe eye symptoms where you really have a lot of daily itch, then the eye drops are also a nice addition to the regimen.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Let's bring you a live look outside our Agua Caliente casino camera in Rancho Mirage. Thankfully not as gusty today, so hopefully if you have that dust allergy, it won't be too bad this afternoon. Jerry Steffens tracking your next 7 days and those warm temperatures right after this break. Stay with us.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate. Talking with Thalia. Kai, the Deal Guy. And Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea.
And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about everywhere from Instagram to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and of course our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. Be sure not to miss anything.
Yeah, a whole lot of sunshine, a few high clouds, about 30,000 feet up in our troposphere right now. Yeah, beautiful day, but a little bit on the warm side. Yesterday, we did tie a record for highs in parts of the Southwest, including Palm Springs, tied a record. 95 degrees the high yesterday, tying a record set back in 1986, and we could see some records set over the next couple of days because the temps are not going to back off, at least for the last few days of the month of February. 59 degrees at Big Bear, 88, Thousand Palms, Indio, 86 at Palm Desert, Palm Springs right now. Winds under 10 miles an hour, just going to be light and breezy today. But you can kind of see in our satellite imagery here where that high pressure is located. It spins in a clockwise fashion, so you can see it moving this way and some of the high clouds kind of rotating around the northern perimeter of that high pressure center. But it's also keeping us above normal. That high is not going to move much today, tomorrow, and into Saturday, or even Sunday, we'll throw that in. That high will be over the top of us, ensuring those numbers will be approximately 20 degrees above normal. We should be in the middle 70s instead, middle to upper 90s for Friday and Saturday for the Coachella Valley. Now, the earliest day on record over the past 100 years, Palm Springs' earliest triple-digit recording happened on March 5th. We've never seen one in the month of February, but it's going to be close on a couple of those days. Here's today's highs. 95 degrees in Palm Springs. The record 99, not going to be close to that today. 95 also at Cathedral City and La Quinta. 91 Desert Hot Springs. Tomorrow, 98 degrees. A degree away from tying that 99-degree high temperature recording back in 86, 98 degrees tomorrow in Indio. And then as we move into Saturday, the numbers are still in the upper 90s for the Coachella Valley. That day, the records are more reachable, and we could smash a lot of records. That'll be this coming Saturday afternoon. Plenty of sunshine to go with those warmer than normal numbers. But changes coming your way moving into March. Monday of next week, we'll see 80s for highs as a trough of low pressure moves through the area. We remain dry at the surface, so no rain for us in Southern California, but the numbers do come down. Even those 80s are still above normal. Any rain stays well to the north of us. 88 degrees on Monday for Palm Springs, 85 at Indio. And as far as winds, they'll pick up a little bit with the arrival of that trough of low pressure Sunday, more so on Monday of next week. They'll be out of the west. Comfort Air 7-day forecast, middle 90s today, upper 90s. Friday, Saturday, still in the 90s Sunday before the numbers back off. 80s. That'll be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. There is a possibility we could see some upper 70s in about a week and a half time. We'll let you know.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
The swashbuckling action drama The Bluff is now available to stream on Amazon Prime. Manny the Movie Guy takes us on the high seas adventure.
The bounty I seek is worth more than any gold.
Hi guys!
Hi, Manny. How are
Manny,
you?
hi, how are you?
Wonderfully blessed as always, and so are you guys. And a big congrats on The Bluff. A nail-biting and heartfelt swashbuckler. I love it.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you.
Bloody Mary!
And you're wonderfully fierce here, Miss Priyanka, as former pirate Ercel Bowden, aka Bloody Mary. So, when you first saw the script, did that make you immediately want to portray the protective mother, and why?
I think I was in a point in my life where I was already feeling it. Our daughter was just 2 years old, so it was for the first time in my life that I actually understood that feeling that my mother always talked about. My mom used to say, "You'll see when you have a child how it feels," and I did. So that was really my North Star in this movie, and but otherwise it was just such a fun film to do.
No one leaves the soil until I collect my property. Why did you betray me?
And you, Mr. Carl, equally fantastic as Captain Connor. He seeks revenge for a betrayal from years ago. So in your mind, is he the hero of his own story, or does he fully embrace the ruthless villain label?
Yeah, listen, I think, you know, whatever character you're playing, I think it's always very important to know why you're doing what you're doing. And in the case of Connor, I think there's an inherent tragedy about the character.
A valiant crew that died, bringing her to justice.
The challenge was that, you know, to be able to do all the stunts and, you know, the really intimate choreography, but the camera was always here on the face because it was a dramatic performance as well.
You know, I always say this is a love story with the volume turned up.
I mean, being a woman at that time was hard itself. I cannot imagine what being a buccaneer at that time must have been.
Well said. A big congrats on The Bluff again. Exciting and heartfelt. Good luck on everything, you guys, okay?
Thank you. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea.
And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just
All right, before we go, East Tennessee Children's Hospital is getting a new name, and it's a famous one. The Knoxville-based facility has officially rebranded as the Dolly Parton Children's Hospital. The news came in a video message from Parton, who praised the hospital's doctors, nurses, and volunteers. Hospital leaders emphasize this is more than a cosmetic change, saying Parton's support strengthens the hospital's mission to deliver top-tier pediatric care. She is a pretty amazing woman, isn't
yeah,
she?
very generous too. Yes. There should be a statue in her honor. I know she.
I'm sure
said
there is somewhere, right?
They wanted to build one for her, but she said no. I'll wait on that. Forecast today going to be above normal. Matter of fact, we're closing out the month of February in 90s, 80s, the beginning of next month. So stay tuned. Cooler weather on the way.
All right, more news at 5 and 6 o'clock tonight. We'll see you then.